Hello dear students, today we are going to start class 9th Economics, Chapter 3 Poverty as a Challenge Part 1. Students, in this part we will cover Introduction, Poverty as seen by social scientists, Vulnerability, Poverty estimates. Students, in our daily life we come across many people such as landless laborers in villages, people living in juggies, those are slum areas, daily wage workers at construction sites, child laborers in dhabas, rickshaw pullers, domestic servants, cobblers, beggars, etc. Students, these people are facing the problem of poverty. Poverty is one of the most difficult challenge faced by independent India. This chapter discusses the way poverty is seen in social sciences. Poverty trends in India and the world are illustrated through the concept of poverty line. Causes of poverty as well as anti-poverty measures taken by the government are also discussed. The chapter ends with broadening the official concept of poverty into human poverty. We come across many people who we think are poor. They could be landless laborers in villages or poor living in overcrowded juggies in cities. They could be daily wages workers at construction sites or child workers in dhabas. They could also be beggars with children in tatters. We see poverty all around us. In fact, every fourth person in India is poor. This means roughly 300 million or 30 crore people in India live in poverty. This also means that India has the largest single concentration of the poor in the world. This illustrates the seriousness of the challenge. It is easy to identify the poor and poverty, but it is very difficult to define who is poor and what is poverty. Students, basically poor people, they are unable to fulfill their basic requirements such as food, shelter and clothes. But it is very difficult to define what is poverty because different people are facing different kind of challenges in poverty. Some are facing food problem, some are not having shelter to live, some are not having good clothes to wear. So different people, they are facing different kind of challenges. Those are related to poverty. Students, poverty usually levels of income and consumption are used to define poverty. In India, poverty can be defined as lack of common things like food, clothing, and shelter, safe drinking water, medical care, and education, which determine quality of life. Poverty has both dimensions, economical and social. Students, in India, people still they are not having basic facilities like food, shelter, and clothes. They are not able to fulfill these basic requirements. They are facing the problem of clothes, shelter, safe drinking water, medical care, education. That shows that is needed for the quality of life. But many of the people in our country still they are not having these requirements fulfilled to them. So still they are facing the problem of poverty in their lives. Students, poverty has both dimensions, economical and social. Poverty is related to economic and social problem both. We face poor people, they face the problem of social exclusion. They are not getting respect in the society. Economically, they face many problems. Many facilities are not affordable to them. They're not able to afford good education, good health care, good house. So these kind of challenges they are facing in their daily life. Students, if you take an example of a maid servant, you can observe that she lives in a hut that barely offers protection from the harsh sun during summer. You also know that she lives on the used clothes offered by the people or the or others whom they serve. It means low level of consumption is a typical characteristic feature of the people living in poverty. Even they are not having clothes to wear, they're not having shelter to live. It means low level of consumption is a typical characteristic feature of the people living in poverty. You also must be observing that most maidservants in your locality are leading vulnerable lives. They live in juggies, which can be bulldozed anytime. That shows the vulnerability is another attribute of poverty. In case of adverse circumstances, poor people are often the first casualty. You also observe that most of the family members of your maidservant are illiterate, or those they are poor people, they are basically illiterate. Seldom would any member go to school simply because it is not affordable to them. Mostly those they are doing domestic work, they're not able to fulfill their basic requirements. Even they're not able to send their children to school. In this way, illiteracy is another parameter of poverty. Poverty thrives where illiteracy prevails. Mostly we have seen poverty where there is no education, no literacy. People are not able to get good jobs because of that. A little closer examination of the lifestyle of the maid servants in your locality would reveal that mostly these people live as a socially excluded group. They cannot mix up with affluent sections of the society or their masters. In social celebrations, be it Holi, Diwali, Dashera, Eid, or other festivals, that shows social exclusion is an important attribute of the poor. Those who are poor are often excluded as a socially deprived group of people. Rich people, they do not want to mingle with them. They are excluded from the main society where there is no basic facilities are there for them. Does the poor people have access to medical facilities? Perhaps not. These people often suffer due to lack of accessibility to medical care. Ill health and consequently sloth and inertia are their well evident personality attributes. That shows the lack of accessibility to medical care, even when it is offered free of charge, is yet another characteristic feature of the lifestyle of the poor people. Poor people are not able to take medical facilities because of lack of income. The lifestyle of the poor people and others like they do not complete the description of poverty. The lifestyle of the poor people do not complete the description of poverty. Read this chapter and you will come to know that what kind of people are facing the problem and what problems they are facing due to poverty. Poverty as seen by social scientists. Students, since poverty has many phases, social scientists look at it through a variety of indicators. Usually, the indicators used relate to the levels of income and consumption, but now poverty is looked through other social indicators like illiteracy level, lack of general resistance due to malnutrition, lack of access to healthcare, lack of job opportunities, lack of access of safe drinking water, sanitation, etc. Analysis of poverty based on social exclusion and vulnerability is now becoming a very common. Let us once again see here other indicators of poverty. Students, now poverty is looked through other social indicators like illiteracy level, lack of access to healthcare, lack of job opportunities, lack of access to safe drinking water, sanitation, etc. These shows the poverty. Nowadays, the concept of social exclusion is becoming very common in the analysis of poverty. Social exclusion means generally poor are excluded in the community of better off people. The concept of social exclusion analyzes poverty in terms of poor surroundings in which the poor have to live in with other poor people. In their surroundings, only poor people are there. Poor surroundings refer to unhygienic dwelling, lack of proper sanitation, lack of clean water and the like. This concept, in a wider sense, also includes the social inequality the poor suffer on account of denial to better surroundings, which their economically better off counterparts enjoy. Thus, social exclusion could be considered both a cause of poverty as well as a horrid effect. If poor people will be neglected or they will be excluded, so they will not get the accessibility to the basic facilities and they will become poor. They will become more poor. So, social exclusion is one of the big reason behind the poverty. Social exclusion could be defined as exemption of the poor from better facilities, benefits and opportunities that the better off sections of the society enjoy. Whatever it is enjoyed by the richer section, it is not given to poor people. They are excluded from these facilities. The caste system prevailed in India provides the most apt instance of social exclusion. The Shudras who used to perform menial jobs were exempted from using the village, live outside the city, town and village and were barred from entering any place of worship of other sections of society. Inhuman treatment was also meted out to them at various other situations, such as a system is still prevalent in many villages and towns, although in varying degrees. For example, the lower caste, it can be seen that due to poverty they were socially excluded, and at the same time, due to social exclusion, they were never able to progress. Social exclusion, thus, is responsible for much more damage than possessing low income. So, earlier, this provision was done, but nowadays the people they started getting equality, but somehow these can be seen in the places where there is illiteracy in rural areas. Vulnerability. Students, vulnerability as a measure to access poverty takes into account probability of certain communities. Vulnerability means probability, and vulnerability here we will see as a measure to access poverty takes into account probability of certain communities like backward castes, classes, etc., and individuals like widows, handicapped, mentally retarded, etc. To remain or become poor over a course of time, it is analyzed on the basis of availability and accessibility to opportunities for education, job, property, health, etc. So that vulnerable groups are able to generate some income and live well. Vulnerability of these sensitive groups to greater risk at the time of various natural calamities like earthquakes, cyclone, etc. Sometimes because of disasters, people they lost their property and they become poor. Ability of vulnerable groups to handle risk posed by natural calamities. Vulnerability as poverty indicator refers to more probability of certain groups or individuals to be more badly affected than others suffering from the same situation. If these people are not saved, so there is more chance to become poor for them. Now here, once we will see here, vulnerability describes the greater probability of certain communities or individuals of becoming or remaining poor in the coming years. The people from backward caste, individuals like widows, physically handicapped are more vulnerable. They possess greater risks at the time of natural disasters. Poverty line. Students, it is based on the income or consumption level. A person is considered poor if his or her income or consumption level falls below a given minimum level necessary to satisfy basic needs. Poverty line varies with time, place. For the year 2009 to 10, the poverty line for a person was fixed at rupees 673 per month for rural area and rupees 860 for the urban areas. The poverty line is estimated periodically by conducting sample survey by National Survey Organization. So students, poverty line is the line which indicates the level of purchasing power required to satisfy the minimum needs of a person. In other words, it represents the capacity to satisfy the minimum level of human needs. The purchasing power can be expressed in the form of average monthly expenditure or of a person. If we have the idea of minimum level of purchasing power required to keep a person at a minimum level of living, a little below which he would be considered as poor, This purchasing power could then be called the poverty line. If a person is poor, that person will be not able to purchase or fulfill the basic requirements. The group of people fulfilling the minimum requirements of purchasing power are regarded as living above the poverty line, that is APL. These people are not regarded as poor. The other groups without a minimum purchasing power are considered as living below the poverty line, that is BPL. These people are called poor. Thus, the poverty line divides people into two groups. Those who have the minimum required purchasing power or more, this group is not poor. Those people who do not have the minimum level of purchasing power, this group is poor. Poverty estimates. Students, this is tricky as different places have different understanding of poverty at different times. For the example, a poor person in USA could be one who doesn't own a car, but in India, having a car is a luxury only some can dream of, thus measuring several aspects of one's nutrition and income determine poverty in India. Students, the estimate is different in different places and time. So as in US, having a car is a poor person in US could be one who doesn't own a car. If you're not having car in US, so you will be considered as poor person. But in India, having a car is a luxury. It is a very big thing that if you are having a car, here the basic requirements are the indicators of poverty. If you'll have the basic requirements, you will be not poor. But if you're not having food, shelter and clothes, you will be considered as poor in India. Car is a big thing here, but it is a normal thing in US. If a person is not having car, that person will be considered as poor. So it is a big difference. Therefore, in India, an urban dweller who should have at least 2100 calories and a rural dweller at least 2400 calories per day. This is the difference as the physical work done in rural areas is more energy consuming than in urban areas. Students, another criteria is that in urban areas, person should have at least 2100 calories and a calories should be there, and in rural areas a person should have 2400 calories per day. The difference is here between the calories in rural area and urban area, that in rural areas people they are doing more physical work than in urban areas. So the calorie requirement will be more for them and it is 2400 calories per day. In urban areas it should be 2100 calories per day for a person. Additionally, earning a minimum of 32 rupees in urban areas and 26 rupees in rural areas per day determines the below poverty line criteria. The minimum income is higher in urban areas as it is more costly to live in towns than villages. Students, this criteria of the amount of rupee, it is the earlier criteria. Current data will be different than this, but it is fixed that in urban areas the people they should have little bit more money requirement, and in rural areas little bit less. There is also an international standard by the World Bank where people are living in poverty if they can less than $1, that is 1.90 almost 140 rupees per day. This is a much higher standard than that of India's way of measurement. So this criteria is given by World Bank that if a person is getting $1 per day, that person cannot be considered as a poor person. Test your progress. How do you describe a poor person? What groups of people are generally poor in the rural areas? What groups of people are generally poor in the urban areas? So students, here some questions are given. Try to answer these. That is to check your understanding. I hope on the basis of explanation you will be able to answer these questions. Thank you.